back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a rundown of a few Anastasia Beverly Hills products. Two of them are new. One of them is the Master Palette by Mario, the makeup artist for Kim Kardashian, and then their stick foundation. And the other two products are the Glow Kit, which that's kind of just, I wanted to add it in there since I am doing an Anastasia look, and then the Brow Wiz by them. So two of these products I have never used. I don't know how to use this stick foundation. I've never used one before, so this will be a learning experience for both of us. But things like concealer, primer, all that other stuff I'm not going to do. I'm really going to focus on just Anastasia products for this video specifically, so when I come back from this clip, I will already have concealer and color corrector and all that good stuff on. So I have the stick foundation in, I think it's Warm Porcelain, yes, and it looks like this. Just your normal stick foundation. You pull it up. I have seen people use a brush and a beauty blender to blend it out, so I guess we'll just try to do both to see how it works. I'm assuming it's just personal preference, but I think I'm just going to put 3 lines on each side of my face. Do some on the forehead. I don't know how full coverage it is or anything like that, so we are going to find out. I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and begin patting that in. It's been going in pretty well with a beauty blender. It's not patchy, but it's also, it is sticking to my dry skin, but that is not the foundation's fault. That is just because my skin is very dry. I had a very long weekend. It was my 21st birthday, so I didn't exactly drink a lot of water, so my skin's very dry and the weather's changing and all that stuff. I feel like there are some spots where I'll need to go in over it just a little bit more just to see if it'll add some more coverage. I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild flat brush just to see what it's like blended out with a brush here on my forehead. I'm going to see the same amount of coverage with a brush and with a beauty blender. I don't really see too big of a difference. It's not covering up all of my red spots as much as I want it to, so I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Foundation in 101 and just touch up some of those areas. Alright, so now we're going to play a little bit with the palette. This is what it looks like. It looks like we have a few transition shades down here, quite a few shimmers, a lot of fall colors right here with the oranges and the browns, a blue, and I'm really excited about this olive green. Woo! I'm going to start off by taking Isabel on my Sonia Kashuk buffing brush and use it as my transition shade. This is definitely a lot more pigmented than I thought it would be. These shadows are very, very, very pigmented. I tapped off a lot of excess off of it, and I tapped it on my hands, and it was still a lot, so I went back in with the Morphe 505 brush, and I began blending that out so that there weren't any harsh lines and that it was all even throughout my lid. Then with that same Morphe brush, I'm going to take Lula. It's kind of like a gray, really light brown shade, and I'm just going to add that back into the crease along with that other color just so we can create a little bit more depth. And then with my Luxie concealer brush, I'm going to take Violetta, I believe it is. It is kind of like a dark brown. This is also extremely pigmented, and I'm just going to begin shaping out that halo look that we're going for. So I'm going to go in with the concealer brush, and I'm just going to add in the color on the outer and inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to take that same Morphe blending brush, and I'm just going to blend it all together so that there are no harsh lines. Now these shadows are extremely pigmented, and I almost found them too pigmented, which I never thought I would ever say about any shadows, but they were kind of hard to work with, especially blue. It's the Claudia shade that I'm using here on that same brush. I think one of the problems may have been that I foiled it to make it a lot brighter. It was just extremely hard to blend out. I don't know if it was just the technique I was using, because I do use this technique quite often, or if with these certain shadows I will need to use a different technique if I'm going to be doing a halo smoky eye. The Modern Renessiance palette that I have is like this. It isn't this difficult, so maybe I just had an off day. It's probably no problem with the palette at all, but I'm just going to go back in with that Morphe brush and continue blending like I did on the other part. To take the Naked Skin Concealer and just kind of carve out the middle of my lid where I want the gold to go, and then I'm going to take Marina, and I am going to foil it with my e.l.f. setting spray, and I'm just going to add that into the middle of my lid. Then from my Morphe 35E palette, I believe it is, I'm just going to take a mixture of a teal and a dark blue, and I'm just going to add that back on top of those blues that we have on the outer and inner corner, just so I can blend the golden blue pretty well. And you can see that I am going to kind of blend it into my crease without using the buffing brush. This is just to make sure that there's not such harsh lines between the gold and the blue. Okay, so now we're going to move on to brows. As y'all know, I despise doing my brows, and I think one of the reasons is because I've never found the perfect eyebrow pencil. Now, I really like the Coachella, I think that's how you sell it, or Cella, their brand, but it doesn't match my eyebrows very well. I have never been able to find a brow color that completely matches. I have used the Anastasia Dip Brow in the past, but I don't like my eyebrows to be very bushy, so it's kind of very hard to work with. And I really think that this is a good fit to my brows. I never bought it because of the price. It is $23, so it was kind of hard for me to actually go out and buy it, but it looks like this. I think mine is in medium brown, so I know a lot of y'all asked me to do eyebrow tutorials, so here's your tutorial for you. So I'm going to start off by pushing my brow hairs up in no particular way, and then I'm going to take the pencil and I'm just going to begin shaping underneath. I'm going to go in little strokes. Bring it out as far as you want. Then I'm going to push the hairs down, and I can start to see where I have my gaps and things like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Create that line with small strokes. Connect the ends, and then I'm going to begin brushing the hairs up and kind of distributing the product. It also doesn't help that I actually just really need my eyebrows done really bad and I'm just lazy and it's painful. But now I'm going to go in and fill them in. My eyebrows need to be done so bad. I'm just lazy and it hurts, and threading hurts, and waxing hurts, and I'm just a big baby. And then I just brush it out, and that's how I do my eyebrows. And they look terrible right now, but that's okay. But I have found that this brush really helps me quite a bit, just because it is pretty much the exact shade of my eyebrow hairs, and it's not that other brow pencils haven't worked in the past. It's just that when I have really big sparse spots, like I have right here where there's literally just no hair, it looks like I have nothing there because the eyebrow pencil won't match the rest of my hair, if that makes sense, because there's no hair to kind of grasp onto, so then it just looks stupid. So I'm going to take Urban Decay's Heavy Metal Glitter in Midnight Cowboy, and I'm just going to add a little bit of an inner corner highlight with this glitter. I'm just going to kind of bring it under my eye to probably about the middle and just kind of flick it out a little bit. I think I'm going to go up onto my lid and just add little bits of that glitter onto where we have that rose gold color in the middle of our lid. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Glow Kit and Gleam, and I'm going to mix Crushed Burl and Stardust. If you notice, these two are the same. I gave Mimosa to my roommate and we switched because she's too light for that, or she's too dark for that and I'm too light for the other one. And I'm just going to highlight my cheeks and my nose. Alright guys, so this completes this look. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I know I love the highlighting kit. I know I love the Brow Wiz. The foundation stick, it does work very, very well. I just need something that's a little bit more full coverage. So I may just continue putting on other foundation on top of it, or just have to color correct a little bit more. But this eyeshadow palette, I'm really not sure about. I mean, they're extremely pigmented, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're very, very pigmented, but could not blend some of these colors out to save my life. And I don't know if I just wasn't using the right brushes or if they really just don't work as for shadows, but I do my halo looks like this all the time and I've never had this problem before. So if you guys know a trick to using this palette, please let me know, because these colors are beautiful, but this blue was just so hard to blend out. And even this brown right here, the violet or violetta, I don't really know how to say it, they were just really hard to blend out. So if you guys know that I'm doing something wrong, please let me know, because I really want to enjoy this palette. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe before you leave. I will leave different halo look videos that I have done down in the description bar, so you can kind of see different ways to do them. If you thought this way was a little bit too difficult, I do have an easier way to do it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over my review, my thoughts, my opinions on the Crushed Diamonds Glitter Palette. So Crushed Diamonds is a